Assuming you have installed a Linux distribution, can either be Linux Mint or Ubuntu or whatever it is. Assuming that, now we'll install Hadoop in our systems. So first go to terminal, and I'll be sharing a Word document as well, or you can just copy the code what I'm writing here. Okay, so first step is to make sure we have all the latest packages and updates. So we'll copy this code first, and to copy the code in the terminal, use Control Shift V. So it will paste the code in the terminal. Control Shift V, and then click Enter. And then it might ask you the password. Just enter the password for the host. Okay, so make sure that this comes up. Even if it doesn't, make sure that it's all updated. It's all newly installed, and there's nothing more to be updated. Okay, next step is to install the Java JDK. So we- we'll do the next command. Click yes. Make sure you have a good internet connection for all this process because it's going to download a lot of packages as we move on as well. Okay, now that's done. Now we'll just check if it's installed. Okay, so you'll have a Java version here. Preferably, you'll have the latest version, which in this case is now 11. Now we'll add Hadoop as a group. So let's copy the same command here. As I said, if you want to paste it, you can type Control Shift V after Control C. So we are adding a group. Okay, now we'll add a user in that group. Okay, so it'll ask a new password. You can either give the same password as the main user or any other different password, but just make sure you remember the password. Okay, now when this comes up asking for your full name and other details, just click enter till the end until you get a prompt saying is the information correct. Click on yes. Okay, now next we'll be installing SSH. So next command will execute it. Click on yes. Okay, now just to see if our SSH is installed, we'll run these two commands after this finishes executing. Now we're done with the command. So you'll get basically a root for both the commands. Okay. Now next step is to now we have created a new user called SD user. We'll switch to that user now. Okay, and enter the password which you just gave when you were creating the profile. And even if you type the password, it might not display as like dots or a character. So just write the password. It's fine if it doesn't display. Just enter the full password and click OK or enter. Okay, now now you can see that it was first debuted. Now it is SD user. It has changed the user. Okay. Now next step is to create a SSH key. So we are making a key that is null value or basically an empty key. So copy the same command to create a empty key. And if it says enter file, just click on enter again. Just enter. So you'll get the key. Okay, and then execute this command as well. Okay, next we'll see if our localhost is running. So we'll start it up. And if it is asking this, click on yes. Okay, then what you have to do is you have to download Hadoop. Okay, so we'll be installing Hadoop of 2.8.1, which is basically a stable version. So go to the link I've pasted here, uh, and then or either you can do that or you can go to the Firefox and type in Hadoop download, and then go here, click on the release archive, then go down to 2.8.1. So this part here, and then click on the one which is having 405 MB. This one. Click on this, and if you when you click on that, it will start downloading. I've already downloaded it, so I'm going to download again. Just click on that, and it will come up in your downloads. Or you can either go to that link using that, or you can just copy paste this link and click on the same 405 MB file. Okay. Now that that is done, we'll go to our downloads, and okay, we'll have this star file here. Now we'll just extract it here using this extract here command. Okay, once that is done, you will get a folder like this. That is enough. Now close this and leave it as it is. Close the downloads folder. Okay, now next step. Okay, now that we have done that, now we'll go back to our main username. So this basically means your username means whatever is your main user. So in my case, the main user is Ruben, so we'll go to that. So and enter the password for the main user. Okay, so you can see that here it was SD user, but now it is the main user, Jupyter. Okay, now run this following command and enter the password. Okay, now run this as well. Okay, now that was for switching back to our SD user. Now you can see this was Jupyter here. Now we are back in SD user. Okay, now we'll go to the home directory. So type cd slash or basically the same command. Okay, now this dollar will be behind or after a forward slash right here. Okay, now we'll make a directory for Hadoop. Enter the password for HT user, not the main user, or if it's same password. Okay. Now again, we'll go back to our main user. So SU and then the main user's name. So computer license. Okay. In any case, if it's coming like authentication denied or authentication failed, that means you're giving the wrong password. So make sure you don't mix up the passwords. Okay. Now we'll copy whatever we downloaded to our um, the main file. So basically here we have to replace whatever is your name. For example, in my PC the name is Debutant. So replace whatever is your name, your PC username with that Debutant. So I'll just copy this command as well. So it will copy whatever is there in my downloads to that new folder which we just created. Okay, now this will take a lot of time, or at least like 1 minute or something, and you will see that the cursor is like flashing here. That doesn't mean it is not working. It is actually working in Linux. It doesn't show a progress bar or something like in Windows. It is working right now. So just make sure it is finishing the process. When it finishes the process, we'll get again that green, yeah, like this. So now it has finished copying. So don't exit the kernel thinking that it is not working. Next, we'll move back to our SD user. So su SD user again. Into the password for HT user. Okay. Now we'll give them permissions. So run this command. Okay. Now we'll just see if we have any alternatives for Java. Run this command also. Okay. So it'll give me nothing to configure, or if anything else comes up, it's fine. Just to see that Java is installed. Now we have to edit some files. So first file we'll be editing is this bash rc file. So copy this code and run it. So you'll get a file. Go to the end of the file by scrolling down, like right here, after the last fi, and paste this code. Assuming that you have installed Java 11, which is the latest one which I just installed, copy this code and paste it here. To paste it here, again, Control Shift V will type. So it will come up like this. Now what you have to do is you have to press Control S So it will save the file and say that it has written wrote 129 lines, and then you click Control X, so it will close the file after saving. So make sure you do Control S and then only Control X, and this will be done for all the nano files will be editing. Now we have to refresh the bash RC file, so we'll run this command. That's done. Now we'll check the Java C version. It's 11, which is correct. So where is it stored? We'll just check. Okay, it's fine. And we'll just check this out to just check if all our Java is fine. Okay. Now fine. Next step is to edit this file. So run this command. Okay. Now go again to the end of the file using scrolling down, and then write this command and Control Shift V right below this, like this. Now again we Control S to save and Control X to exit, and it's done. Next we'll make a directory, so copy this command, give permissions to the directory. Next again edit the next file, so this is the next file we'll be editing. Okay, so we'll get this right. So what we'll do is basically replace this configuration part with whatever we are going to be configuring. So copy this and then go to the end, uh, go to the end here, and then delete this configuration part and again paste it using Control Shift V. So you'll get something like this. Again Control S to save and Control X to exit. Okay, now that is done. Now so we have done till this part, right? We have just edited course. Now next part we have to run this command. So this command is one command. So make sure you execute it like that, not as to run this. So when you run this, it won't show anything. It's fine. We're just copying the file using cp. Now we'll edit the next file. This is the next file to be edited. Run this file. Okay. Now when again we get a file, right? Now copy this property in here. Then go till the end and move your mouse cursor, move your keyboard arrow up till you reach here. Then Control Shift V to paste. So you'll have that property in between those configuration tags. Okay. Then Control S to save and Control X to exit out again. Okay. Now next we'll be making two directories, which is the name node and for the data node. So copy this, Control V, copy this, Control V, and we'll give permissions. Is nice. Okay. Next, the final file to be edited is this. So we'll copy this, Control V. Okay. Next, again same between the configuration files, we'll put these property values. Go to the end, go in between the configuration using arrow keys or your mouse. Control Shift V to paste. So it'll come like this. Control S to save, Control X to exit. Then the final one of the final commands is this. So we'll run this to format our Hadoop. Okay. So when you run this, it will show a long list of things. It's fine. Just leave it as it is. Let it finish executing, and we have done that. Now we have successfully configured Hadoop. Now we have to start our server, right? So to start our server, we'll run this command. So it will start all our whatever is needed, the name nodes, data nodes, whatever we need. And if it is asking for do you wish to connect, just type yes, which we will do in some time. Okay, yeah, it's asking. So just click yes. Okay. Next step, write this code as well. Okay. Next, write this final code. JPS. Okay. So when you have done this JPS, you will get six parameters like JPS, secondary name node, data node, resource manager, name node, and node manager. Make sure you have all six. That means that it is working correctly. Now we have to check if it is working correctly, right? So what you have to do now is go to your Firefox or whatever browser is installed, and then go to localhost give a colon and give the port number as 50070 and click enter. So this is your Hadoop GUI server. This is where all is there, and make sure you have all these data nodes, all these tabs in your menu. That means that it is working correctly, all is working correctly. Okay, so if you have got this GUI, that means that all has been installed correctly, it is working correctly. We'll go back to our terminal and this file, and it's done. Hadoop is installed. And in case you want to stop Hadoop, you want to stop the server, we can just type this command. Okay. Okay, now in case you want to stop the server, you just have to type this command: stop all.sh. Okay, now that is stopped. Now if we go and try to access that same server again, it won't work because the server has been shut down. You won't be able to access that file, that server. Now, if ever, for example, you have done with all this, you have uh, deleted the system, for example, like this, closing it. You're closing everything, for example, the browser, everything you're done. You have stopped everything and you have just come back to the system. For example, restarting the system or turning on the resolution again, and you want to access that Hadoop server again. How do you do that? So just again go to the terminal, and when you initially start the terminal, it will be in the main user. For example, in my case, Gibraltar. So if you want to start the Hadoop server again, you have to go to the HD user. So to do that, just click SU HD user. This will ask you for the password for the HD user. Go there, and now you are an SD user. Now again, that's the same commands which we used to start, right? So these two commands: start dfs.sh, type that, and then start yarn.sh once it is completed. This will start up the server again. Now we can just see, if you type jps, you can see all are running. So I'll just check in my browser again. Localhost 50070. Yes, everything is working again. This UI is coming. So that's how you install Hadoop and start the server. And after leaving, you can just stop it. If you so stop the server and free to disconnect. Yeah, that's it. That's how we install, start the server, and stop the server for Hadoop.